Why do events that happen to strangers affect us so deeply? Why do we hurt for people we've never met? And why does the pain feel so real? You've probably never asked this out loud, but it's been sitting quietly inside you. Another headline, another crash, another tragedy. You didn't know them, and yet it feels like a piece of you cracked. You sat there, staring at the screen, heart heavy, mind racing. This video is about what's happening inside you and how to carry that pain forward into something meaningful. Our brain can't tell the difference. Our brains are powerful, but in some ways, they're still primitive. They struggle to distinguish between what's real and what's perceived. When we witness tragedy, even through a screen, our nervous system reacts as if it's happening to us. The amygdala kicks in. Your fight or flight response activates. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. That pit in your stomach, that's not imagination, that's biology. Our bodies were designed and then evolved to respond this way. What you're experiencing is called empathic distress, a real, measurable reaction to the suffering of others. You're not being dramatic, you're being human. The role of mirror neurons and collective trauma. There's a fascinating part of your brain called mirror neurons. They help us learn by imitation of others. These neurons are responsible for the first words that come out of us when we were babies. We copy our parents, guardian to learn language and ways of the world at our initial stage of development. But they also help us feel what others feel. When someone cries, you might tear up. When someone panics, your heartbeat rises. These neurons are why we physically react to movies, news, and stories, even though we know they're not our lives. So, when the Air India crash was all over the news, our mirror neurons lit up. You saw fear, panic, heartbreak, and your body echoed those emotions. In the digital age, we're connected in ways our ancestors never were. When a tragedy strikes in one part of the world, the emotional shockwave is felt globally. This is what psychologists call collective trauma. Even if you're thousands of miles away, your heart breaks. Because it could have been your city, your family, your reality. We're not just mourning the tragic loss of those lives. We're mourning the fragility of your own life and our existence. Survivor's guilt and detachment. Sometimes in the aftermath of a tragedy, we feel an emotion we don't expect. Guilt. Why am I safe while others are not? I'm just scrolling YouTube while people are burning and burying their loved ones. This feeling, survivor's guilt, is common even if you weren't directly involved, and it's okay. Acknowledging that tension doesn't make you selfish. It makes you human. It shows your capacity for empathy and your deep awareness of life's preciousness. However, some people respond to these feelings by numbing out. They say, I can't handle this anymore, and stop watching the news or avoid any painful emotions. While boundaries are healthy, don't mistake sensitivity for weakness. Your ability to feel strong emotions is a sign of your strength. It means you care, and caring is how we build a more compassionate world. How to be helpful after a tragedy. When tragedy strikes, we often ask the same question. What can I do? You scroll, you cry, you hurt, and you feel powerless. But the truth is, there are always ways to support beyond words. Even small actions ripple outward. Here are a few ways to actually help after a tragedy, whether we're near or far, whether we know someone involved or not. 1. Donate to verified relief efforts. Even 100 rupees counts. 2. Support survivors and their families through fundraisers. 3. Offer help to a local hospital, shelter, or NGO and volunteer your time. 4. Avoid sharing unverified news. Sometimes being helpful means not speaking right away. 5. Avoid turning someone else's grief into content unless it's truly respectful and informed. After the news cycle ends, real pain remains. True support often begins after the spotlight fades. Conclusion. You're not broken for feeling deeply. You're not overreacting. You're not soft. You're simply alive and aware. And in a world where we've normalized detachment, your empathy is a quiet form of rebellion. You may not be a hero, you may not be a responder, but your empathy and support is enough. Your presence and intention are powerful. If this helped you make sense of what you're feeling, subscribe. Because here at Start With Health, we explore not just how to take care of your body, but how to protect your mind and heart in a world that's constantly shifting.